One of the best keyword research tools for SEO is totally free, and anyone can just jump online and sign up for this. So if you're a business owner who hasn't looked at their keywords before, or you don't know which keywords you should be using on your website, then this is a great place to start. I'm going to share my screen and we can jump online and I'll take you through the process, show you exactly what you need to do and how to get into the planner itself. So all you want to do is go into your browser and just Google Ads. Scroll down to this first result here. So you should be on business.google.com in the browser, and all you do is you click Start Now. If you already have a account set up, then you can skip ahead to later in the video, but I'm just going to assume that you don't have a Google Ads account here. So all you do is you put in your business name. I'm just using like a dummy business for this. So I'll just get my website URL, which is that, I believe. Chuck that in. Click next. Really, you don't really need to put in like all your business details and everything like that. We're pretty much just trying to skip our way through this as much as possible because I don't actually want to use this as an account. Okay, sure. Skip. 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 Just keep skipping. Yep, leave campaign creation, do it later. New Zealand dollar sounds good. Do I want $600 for free? Maybe it's going to make me create a payments profile, sure. Let's just use a random address. Hopefully that worked. Cool. No. Great. Oh, payment method? Okay, so I'll skip ahead. Add a card, and I'll see you in a sec. Cool. Okay, so my account was created. To start running ads, you'll need to complete that. Let's just... Cool. I'll click yes for my advertiser, no for the other part. Pretty much none of this matters because like we're not going to run ads on this account. If you are going to run ads on the account, maybe I recommend going through the setup properly. But if you just want it for the keyword research tool, then you don't need to do any of that stuff. So, right, this is what the dashboard will look like the first time you come in. They actually used to make you create an ad. So I'm really glad that you can skip that now because that was a really annoying part of the process. All you're going to do is go down to Tools. Here on the left, you're going to go to Planning and you're going to go to Keyword Planner. And this is the keyword research tool. So there's two options. You can either discover new keywords or get search volume and forecasts. It doesn't really matter which one you want to do. I would probably recommend, if this is the first time you've ever gone in here, I would probably recommend starting with the website. So let's just say you're a plumber in Wellington. And you're not ranking at the top yet because your SEO isn't that good yet. So that's why you're researching, looking into keyword research, etc. So let's say you're these guys, Paramount Plumbing, and you created your account. And this is what you want to know what keywords you should be putting in to your website. So you pretty much put the website in like I did just then, and you put it into the keyword planner. And what it's going to spit out is essentially the keywords that it thinks are relevant for your business. And it's going to show you what the average monthly searches are in whatever location you have selected here. We've got New Zealand selected at the moment, but you could change this. If you're an Australian business, you could put Australia in there, and then you could include this one and you could exclude New Zealand and click save. If you wanted to look at the keyword search volume for just like one particular location, let's say that this plumber only wanted to look at Wellington itself, the Wellington region of New Zealand, then as you can see, now we just have Wellington selected. And what that will do is it's going to adjust the average monthly search volumes and also the like cost per click and AdWords data on the right here to account for that. So this would be a good first place for you to scan through these keywords. And if I was this plumber, maybe I would sort this table by the highest average monthly searches. And then maybe I would start looking through my website and seeing if I'm targeting this keyword well. So generally speaking, if you've got the most obvious keyword like Plumbers Wellington, then that's probably what you're going to target the homepage to. And it looks like this person has done this business has done a good job of that, because they've got it in the page title, as you can see by hovering up here, and it's also in this heading here, which is hopefully a H1, which it is. So yeah, you can sort of start just sort of having a look at the highest volume keywords that are showing up, that your website is sort of getting impressions for, and then asking yourself, okay, well, are these keywords relevant to me? And if they are, am I targeting that keyword with like a service page? So there you go. We just saw that gas fitter was something they were coming up for, and they do have a Wellington gas fitting page. So then the other way that you can go about using this is just to discover new keywords. And let's say they wanted to do more of like a symptom type keyword, and they wanted to rank for burst pipe in the Wellington region. And what this is going to do if they put in burst pipe is it's going to give them the search volume for that keyword, but then it's also going to give them a bunch of variations or like other semantically relevant keywords that they could also target or try and incorporate into the copy of that page to help rank for a whole bunch of different related terms as opposed to just the lead symptom term there. So now what we can do is we could, just to see if they have a page for this, we could put in the business name, Paramount Plumbing, and the keyword that we're looking at. So burst pipe, Paramount Plumbing. So how to prevent a burst pipe is a page that they have, but they don't have a page targeting burst pipes as like, you have a burst pipe and you need help right now. So I assume that means that they're not showing up for this keyword. So they are actually showing up, but it's coming up for the emergency plumber. So yeah, there we go. So they do actually target this keyword, which is good. So another way that you could use this keyword research tool is by looking at your competitors and seeing what keywords that they're showing up for. So we could go back to the very first step where we're discovering new keywords and we're starting with a website, but instead of putting your business's website in, you can put in a competitor's website. So we'll go back to a keyword that I spotted before, which was emergency plumber Wellington. And we'll use this Southern Plumbing person, I guess, which is obviously a competitor. And we're going to put in their website, but we're going to take off the page because we want to look at their whole website, the entire site. And now we can see how this compares to our website. If we search by the top keywords again, then we can look at stuff like what are the top keywords for this client and how does that compare to the keywords that I was showing up for? And maybe this will give you some content, some ideas for additional pages or pieces of content that you could make to help improve your website. Anyway, that's it really. So make an account, jump in, put your website in, put a competitor's website in, have a look at sort of the keywords that are available to target through SEO or other methods. And if you feel like your website isn't really targeting these keywords, then maybe you could organize making another page to target that keyword, making another service page if you found another variation of how someone's talking about it that you don't really cater for on with your website content yet. And then you're doing SEO. That's basically SEO. You're finding opportunities, you're finding ways that people are searching for the products and services you sell, and then you're providing that content and that resource for them to find you on Google, come through to your website, and then hopefully take an action like booking your services or buying one of your products. And that's SEO, guys. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and see you next time.